All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new week on the Creek. This week on the Creek, and yeah, so we just kind of finished. We were at the tail end of a heavy lifting cycle, so you saw some of that heavy lifting before class. You will not see that this week. We're taking a week off from that before we enter into a nice 9-week lift off cycle with more of a focus on Olympic weightlifting. So you're going to see a lot of work in the snatch and the clean and jerk. You're going to become very familiar with the Bergener warm-up. If you're not familiar with the Bergener warm-up, then get ready. The Bergener warm-up made famous by one Coach Mike warm-up, or Bergener, I forget which one it is. So your coach is going to be drilling you with that. You're going to be hearing down and up and keep the bar close and speed through the middle and snappy turnover. If those terms don't mean anything to you, they will very soon. You'll be hearing them in your sleep. You're still going to see some front squats. You're still going to see some deadlifts. So lifts that will help kind of fill in the gaps when it comes to the snatch and the clean and jerk. We'll be separating the clean from the jerk as we're building that strength, kind of breaking up into two components. So for example, next week we'll find a heavy single snatch, we'll have a heavy single squat clean, and then we'll do some split jerk practice. So that's the following week, just to kind of give you a view, but you'll see lifts about 2 to 3 days a week, as opposed to 4 heavy lifts. Now that's the lift off that starts next week. Moving on from that, on top of that though, well, moving on from it, but on top of it, if you're familiar with my Sunday weightlifting class, so it is a specialty class. It is an additional class. I've been kind of running on a punch card and had a handful of athletes have been doing it. Juliana, Michelle, Joe, Mary's been in there, Sarah's been in there, Sue's been in there. But I am kind of shifting the format for that, if anything, the pay structure of that. So before I was doing a $180 punch card and you would get 6 punches. It will now become just an add-on to your membership. And so regardless of what membership tier you have, for an additional $30 a month, you can be a member of the Sunday weightlifting group. Sunday is from 9 to 10. The class runs Sundays 9 to 10 o'clock. So if you break that down, that's a little bit more than $7 a class if you come every week. But what we're going to do is it's going to be some additional strength and weightlifting focus. So if you're looking to either add an extra day of strength to get stronger, boom, you got that there. If you're looking to add a day that's a little bit more focused on working the skill and the technique, that's also there for you as well. So minimal to no burpees. It's a warm-up. It's some skill work, and then it's some lifting based on percentages or rate of perceived exertion. And so if you got any questions about that, please hit me up. So again, starting April 2nd, so not next week, but the following week, April 2nd, it'll be available as an additional piece to your membership. So $30 a month. And that's just a month-to-month thing. You can add that on and join us for some weightlifting on Sundays. If you got questions or want to come try it out, let me know, and we'll go from there. So going into the workouts this week, again, you won't see any heavy lifts, but you are going to see that gives us more time for some skill work, some gymnastics work, some workout prep, and then even some accessory work. And so if we look at Monday's workout, it's kind of a two-parter, not kind of, it is a two-parter that combines gymnastics and barbell movements. They're both kind of intense. They're both fast. You're talking, 3 to 5 minutes of work, a little bit of rest, 3 to 5 minutes of work. So lighter barbell, lighter to medium barbell, and some body weight movements with the wall balls and the wall balls weightlifting and pull-ups. So a pull and a press. And then Tuesday, we are going into a nice little combination of echo bike and handstand push-up. So depending on what you want to work on, you can push that bike and kind of dial it back a little bit in the handstand push-up. Or if you're handstand push-up monster and you want to back it off on the bike a little bit so you can hit those, that'll be up to you. So we'll kind of give you that option. Either push the bike or push the handstand push-ups. Find a sweet spot and go through there. Wednesday, we are doing a nice it's a nice little ascending ladder with barbells and burpees, where we're going to talk about pacing and breathing. We talked about that a little bit Friday. So some of these more moderately paced, kind of grinding them out. We're talking about pacing and breathing. That'll be kind of the primary focus from the get-go. Then Thursday, in teams of 3, we're going to go ahead and hit rowing and biking. Depending on how many people we have, will depend on what bike you get on. But we've got a nice little 3 partner workout. So start out nice and steady and then kind of crush it as you go. So take a look at Thursday and kind of see how that goes. But just a lot of meters that you'll work out with your partner. So 2 people will be working while 1 rests, and you'll kind of cycle through that. Friday is going to be a sprint, rest, repeat day. So intervals where you got a little weightlifting and running. If you're not running, obviously we can do a different machine. But it's going to be intervals where you're going to sprint and then rest. Sprint, rest, repeat, sprint, rest, repeat. Attack the short reps and stay strong through the run. That's the goal. Now, if you look at Saturday, Mayhem for Freedom, so CrossFit Mayhem / Mayhem affiliate programming / Mayhem athlete puts on this event every year. It is a fundraiser. You don't have to sign up for the fundraiser to do the workout on Saturday. Obviously, we'll have our regular schedule, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. But I'll supply a link if you want to support Mayhem for Freedom. So Mayhem for Freedom is a fundraiser where they're working with a group in fighting human trafficking. So over 40 million people are enslaved around the world, and Mayhem's mission, along with Atlas Free, which is the organization they're working with, is doing what they can do to fight the hate, to fight human trafficking, which is obviously a big issue that I don't think gets addressed as much as other issues in this country. And so if you want to, I'll provide a link. You can support that by donating there, but also they kind of make it an online competition. So we can hit that workout and you can actually submit your score to a leaderboard if you register and kind of see where you stack up amongst other Mayhem affiliates or other affiliates and athletes around the country, the world, and all that good stuff. So that is Saturday. Mayhem for Freedom. Come ready for that one. If you want to, head to mayhemmission.org and you can find more on there. You'll also see mixed in now. You'll see some, again, we're in a gymnastics cycle, so we're working on ring muscle ups. So anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes a piece, where we're going to just work on building some work with the, come on, these lights. Building some work, working on the ring muscle up. Last week, we just started with some really simple, just working on supporting yourself at the top of a ring dip. You're probably saying to yourself, hey, I'm nowhere close to a muscle up. That's okay. It's all about building a base and building a foundation. Building that base and foundation at the end of 6, 8, 10 weeks, maybe you still don't have a muscle up. Maybe you still got a ways to go, but you've built a really great solid foundation that's going to also transfer to other things you do. Being able to hold the top of a ring dip is going to strengthen your shoulders for your push-ups, for your pull-ups, for your bench presses, for your strict press. So that sort of stability and strength in the shoulders. That's obviously there. And then working any sort of pulling, obviously, whether it's the ring muscle up. Well, I'm not close to ring muscle up. Maybe. But where are your pull-ups at? Maybe we just got you a little bit closer to those pull-ups or got you better at those pull-ups. And so all this gymnastics work, if you look at it on the surface and say ring muscle up, that's absurd. I'm so far away from that. What a really difficult movement that is. Why are we spending time on that? Hey, if you look at it like that and just take it for face value, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff that's going to help you, that's going to benefit you. Gymnastic work, if you look at the pyramid over here, okay, if you remember, if you look, nutrition, obviously the base of the pyramid, metabolic conditioning, so those are metcons, getting the heart rate up. Gymnastics before weightlifting. So having a good gymnastics foundational base and having that sort of strength in skill does not just transfer to better gymnastics, it also transfers to better everything else down the line, in particular weightlifting. Cool. So make sure you check that out and be a part of it. And yeah, sometimes it seems a little crazy that we're doing that after a workout, but there's obviously value in that. We wouldn't do it just to do it. We don't throw volume and work at you just for the sake of throwing volume and work at you. So anyway, cool guys, lot to take in there. Feel free to go back and repeat. Make sure to join me. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, make sure you set the notifications on so you get pings when I do another 5-minute squat. If you're not familiar, I'm just jumping on YouTube live for 5 minutes, sit down on the bottom of a squat, and we can chit chat. Obviously, you can post comments and I'll answer questions, and maybe occasionally I'll have a guest on. But I'm just sit down on the bottom of a squat. A lot of benefits to sitting down on the bottom of a squat. If you want to know what those are, research them. I'll talk about them more, or just trust me, spending 5 minutes a day in the bottom of a squat will make you so much better at a lot of things. So anyway, make sure to check out Sugar WOD this week. It is a pepper themed. The workouts are pepper themed. And if anyone wants to bring me one of those peppers to try out, I will for real take a bite of those peppers. I'm willing to take that on. I don't like spicy stuff, but I will gladly try a pepper in real life. Just don't hurt me. Okay. So Other than that, you're going to see Sophia. Coach Sophia's on spring break. You're going to see her pop into a couple classes this week, coaching and working out as she finishes up her quarterfinals and for the CrossFit Games Open, all that good stuff. Man, I got nothing else. I'm ready. I'm going to take the rest of the day off and go enjoy my family. I hope you guys do the same. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you on the creek.